Morning, guys. Target Alpha here, Sean. The date is 19th. It's Thursday, the 19th of October 2017. It's 8:44 British Standard Time. Just to go over this trade I entered in. This is the execution video for a long AUD trade based on better than expected data release over the Asia Pac session last night. So, one, this is a pre-planned trade. So if you look at this chart here, which is 6A Australian dollar futures, I'm long at R1. It's been a strong break above R1 and a pullback. So this is a pullback classic trade off R1, looking for a break of the high. So I'm 4 contracts in. So I'm actually trading the mini futures contract here, which is M6A, the December contract. I'm testing out these minis at the moment. So if you look at my ladder, this is the M6A mini Australian dollar futures contract, and to the right I have the big boy, the 6A Deck 17 contract. I'm long 4 at the moment, so I've scaled in on the pullback. I've got my stop here at spot 7849 as pre-planned, long R1 with 2 contracts off at the high, and then a further 2 contracts scaling out at here at spot 7883 and spot 7891. So that's my trade idea for this AUD trade. We're currently in the trade at the moment. We're just on side, but pretty low volume going through the book at the moment. But that's probably because of the product. Just keeping an eye on the 6A big contract here on the right. Looking at the time and sales, seeing if we can get that break of the high. So I'm looking for a retest of the high at the moment. If we fail to break, then I may come out of this trade, take 2 contracts at the high, and just leave the trade be for there and sort of cover at scratch for the remaining 2 contracts. We'll just see how this goes. My plan is to de-risk, as this is a breakout trade, pretty quickly. So it's a pullback with a breakout. That's what I describe this trade. Got to do my admin on the trade.
Heads up, ladies and gents, the Catalan leader says Catalan Parliament could vote for a formal declaration of independence if no talks are held. Catalan leader does not clarify whether he has made a declaration of independence or not. So the game of chicken between Catalonia and Madrid continues.
Okay, just looking at the some buying momentum. We had 99 contracts trade up and 63, 51 sold down into the offer. That may be somebody sort of looking to go short, or they're lightening up a position, covering off earlier long of the data near the high. Just want to keep seeing these blues print. Don't really want to see it tick back past 62 here. When we tick up into 63, we want to see it continue to go bid. Don't want it to offer down back past 62s at the moment. Okay, we just got filled at the high. As this is a breakout, I said I would de-risk my trade very quickly. I'm expecting this high to break out properly, and then for the high to hold and an extension further up.
Okay, ladies and gents, the game of brinksmanship continues.
So my trade is de-risked at the moment. I don't want to fall back on my entry and retest R1. I'd like to see the extension and a break above R2 to take our second contract. Take our target 2 and target 3. I'm just looking at 72 printed.
Spanish IPEX, ladies and gents, on the back foot, down 0.4% this morning. Now be aware, ladies and gents, the Twitter feed, the Spain report, suggesting that the last phrase of a letter from Catalonian leader Puigdemont could be interpreted that he did not declare independence. Be aware, Spanish government spokesman to make an official statement at 10:30 Central European Time, 9:30 London time on Catalonia. Okay, 30 minutes now until an official announcement on Catalonia from the Spanish government. So at 9:30 London time we get UK retail sales data. Also at 9:30 London time we get this announcement on Catalonia from the Spanish government.
Oh, 21.
The managing director of the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry believes the German economic upswing would not be halted by a possible hard Brexit. Just seeing European stocks taking another leg lower, ladies. Unsure of the catalyst unless it's this Catalonia dispute.
Okay, quite slow. But obviously you heard the news on Catalonia. Failed to declare independence, so sort of in limbo. Reports of euro selling off, so just going to have a quick look at the euro chart.
Sources suggest that the Spanish cabinet will meet on Saturday to discuss Catalonia.
Okay, still pushing higher on this trade, which is good news. Thinking about taking one contract here off at R2 instead. We may struggle to get above R2 then. Seven three, a couple of ticks away from R2 now. Take one off at just readjust it, my expectations there. So if we come off this high, I'll cover one more and just leave one on for the ride. Stop at scratch.
Sources are suggesting the Spanish cabinet to proceed with Article 155 of the Constitution on Saturday after the Catalan leader's letter. Be aware. Okay, Reuters sources reported the Spanish cabinet will proceed with Article 155 of the Constitution on Saturday.
Whoa, looking at equities, flying at the moment. Just come off a cliff. Percentage change in the ES, 0.5%. Heavy.
Euro taking a bit of a hit here, ladies and gents. Euro edging down now. Sterling also selling off.
Okay, might have to come out of this trade. You may see some dollar strength hit the tape in a minute. If cable and euro.
We are now just 20 minutes away from the official Spanish announcement, plus UK retail sales. Be aware, UK retail sales at 9:30 London time, and then between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, Spain and France sell some 12 billion euros worth French and Spanish government debt.
Back to equities. 0.64% and counting. Nasdaq is down 1%. Jesus. I'll show you what it looks like on the chart. Let's bring it up. I wasn't expecting the sell-off in Europe. Look, just off the edge of a cliff. Keep an eye on equities here. Okay, well, we're covered. So we're out the trade. I think well, I'll have a look at equities. I didn't see it come down there, but this may be a proponent of the dollar strength. Obviously, if we've got the other majors weakening against the dollar on this Catalonian news or pending release, then yeah, it'll bring down some of the other majors with it. So that dollar strength is something to look out for. Well, we took some ticks out of that trade, so I'm quite happy, even though obviously we didn't get filled on the other contracts. Just clear the order book. It is clear. Strange. Equities still falling.
Now, if you guys following the power markets, ladies and gents, European spot power prices in the wholesale market today lost ground as bearish wind power output projections coincided with low demand ahead of the weekend. German day-ahead baseload electricity down 18%, while the equivalent French contract down 7%.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Upload this trade. Thanks for watching. So just a quick recap of the trade. I've completed the admin on that.
Okay, ladies and gents, fold a few seconds before the Spanish...
Just turn that off for a second. Okay, so yeah, so actually I got out at the right time. De-risking was the right idea. It's fully retraced and broken below R2. So taking 2 off at the high was the right thing for the breakout, and it's fallen away. I would have been stopped out, and if I'd left my stop in its original position without de-risking, I would have actually taken nothing out of the trade. So in terms of my checks and consistency, I completed my pre-trade prep this morning, so completing my weekly strategy and risk allocation report at the beginning of the week, completing my daily strategy report. Yes, I found 3 possible trade ideas. Yes, listened to Rand Squawk EU rundown. Yes, watched Amplified briefing. Yes, reviewed headline news. I did that. Yes, reviewed calendar and upcoming data. Yes, and reviewed TweetDeck. There's a copy of the calendar. Some instrument was M6A. The account was SIM as outright trade, direction long. I risked 40 on the trade. I entered in and around or scaled in on my my planned entry. Number of contracts was 4. My planned targets, etc. listed. So the reason was better than the reason for the entry was better than expected overnight data. Unemployment fell. Unemployment conditions have improved in Australia. This was my planned execution. So long at R1, stop at 0 spot 7849, target 1 at the break, target 2 the high, target 3 was extension of the high. My entry checks were complete. Was this an area market persistence are likely to move the market and actually show interest? I believe so, yes. The market direction, current sentiment with current trend was up on good data. Divine trade straight up. It was a classic pullback strategy. With a breakout. What correlate market's doing is then confirmation, at least one of the markets. Yes, at the time Euro was going higher, so the majors against the dollar. Check session time, there was no major data coming out apart from the Euro data, the Catalonian data at 9. Which may have reversed this trade, but I was de-risked by that point. Check calendar news and data, it was free, more or less. If you're trading data, do you know expect reviews there? I did understand the data from this morning. Does the trade meet the minimum risk reward of 1 to 2? Yes, it did. Is the stop placement position? It was definitely within risk limits. It was way below my 2% per trade risk limit. 2% of account size, that is. How likely is the trade to hit? Well, definitely target 1, target 2 was a stretch, target 3 definitely. It did have some. It did have legs this trade to hit my predefined targets. As long as you, I was looking at 1 to 2 hours on this trade. Are you sure you're willing to put risk on it? I was willing to put risk, so obviously the check mark there. It was a classic pullback breakout strategy at R1 for the long. Trade status, trade evaluated and confirmed at that point. Confirming if you read the affirmation. Yes, I had read the affirmation, which is just a psychology checklist. My time frame was 60 minutes on this trade. My final checks, I confirmed that I'm not entering this trade on a revenge for another losing trade. I confirmed this is not a greed trade after a winning streak. I confirmed that I had adequate rest and sleep to make this sound judgment. So entry time was 8:21 a.m. Number of contracts was 4, and this was my actual trade execution here. I won't go through them all. Commissions were 5.84 dollars. Obviously, these are the mini contracts. If I'd been trading the big boys, it would have been a lot more. It would have been about $479 per contract. So I would have paid up $20 in commission, but I would have made $190 on the trade. Chart execution, let's have a quick look. There you can see my entry, just above R1, scaled in. Execution could have actually been played a little bit better. I had a tiny bit of fear of missing out on this trade. So trade status was executed to the broker. Well, it's a sim account. So trade checklist. So once I'd check that position is flat, all resting orders, I cancel completed post-trade analysis, which is what I've done now, and which is this admin here. So executed at 09:02. Trade outcome was profit. It was $19 profit. Mini contracts, of course. Follow my execution strategy. Exactly got filled on 2 contracts on the break of the high. However, price retraced my entry and triggered my stop on the remaining 2 contracts that I was holding to T1, T2. Mistake logs, no mistakes on this trade. Post trade review. Here you can see my entry, the fill of the 2 on the break of the high, and then you can see as it fell away, took me out on my entry price for scratch on the remaining 2 contracts, and then had proceeded to trade below R1 here, so broke below. At the time, equities fell away 0.5%, so the S&P has fallen away 0.5%. That could be due to the Catalonian news. Yen has spiked higher, and yen is currently at another pre-trade entry price, pre-planned trade entry price. So I'm going to skip and move to that trade now and see if I can get an entry. But equities may have a ways to fall a little bit more, so we'll see. But that's another trade. Okay, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this trade and post-trade review.